So, welcome, Presno. Welcome to our JCI Davao Handuraw.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you so formal game, but thank you so much. Handuraw. Do you understand? Do you know the meaning of Handuraw? Ba? Do you have
You
an
might
inkling of what it is?
you might want to explain. I think it's a Cebuano term, no?
Cebuano term. So let's ask, Pierre. Pierre. I think Pierre told me, no, tama ba, Pierre? Handuraw is derived from a Visayan word meaning to imagine. That's the like the gist of Handuraw.
So it's JCI Davao. Imagine.
Imagine. Oo. But to express daw na not using actions, rather through imagination, through communication. So
Oh, juicy.
juicy. Ah, dapat naka LO shirt. We're wearing LO shirts.
We're wearing two LO shirts, contrast shirts.
Or what does LO mean? Okay.
LO is a local organization. For those who don't understand,
The LO.
yes, the local organization.
Because when members tell me, like the new members especially, they ask me, LO shirt? What's that? That's a brand. LO.
Law shirt.
Law shirt. Blue and then white. Why do we wear blue? No, blue is we wear that during
Well, there's no brand behind it, but or there's no right thing of wearing it, but rather it's a brand of JCI Davao to wear navy blue and white, and of course, don't forget the orange.
orange. Did we decide ba on the navy blue? Did you decide on that, or was that a long time ago ba,
It's,
from our elders
I think it's a timely tradition.
tradition?
We don't intend to change the color abruptly.
Mhm.
All of a sudden, we go to green, to yellow, to pure orange.
Mhm.
But it's a combination of those colors.
Yeah, I think it's also the identity of JCI Davao, no? Blue, navy blue, orange, because I remember when I entered the organization in 2014, 2015, we were already wearing the navy blue
Yes.
and a bit of orange
Yes.
on the buttons.
I think this shirt was inspired by that
Not by the 2015,
2015, 2016 term.
2016,
And the contrast shirt is also derived
from
from that term.
from that term.
Yes.
And it looks cool because my favorite color is navy blue. They say it matches our eyes, though. I think it matches Press Arthur's eyes. No? Tama ba, Pierre?
Beautiful eyes.
Beautiful eyes. You're not wearing glasses anymore, Press. Congratulations, ah. I used to, when I met him, Pierre, like he used to wear glasses all the time. And then, now, nagpa-LASIK.
Yes.
Had your LASIK surgery.
Yes. Ilang months na ba?
Ilang months na. So you can see clearly now.
Yes, of course. I think since August 2022, that would be almost 10 months from now.
10 months.
Yeah, so it's going strong.
Growing strong.
Laser vision.
So you can see me from afar. You can read this.
Of course.
Easy.
Even closed eyes.
So, in a brief lang ng background, no? Like, we have our guest here. We try to keep it light. We don't want it to be too formal, the show, Handuraw. And it's an honor to have our 2023 local organization president for JCI Davao, Engineer Arthur Dizon Jr. Papak naman dyan.
Love it.
Of course, with him is our first lady, no, who's in the audience tonight. Shout out naman po.
Shout out kahit hindi naririnig. Watching Netflix.
She's very busy.
Yes.
She's there to support. So you're the 75th president.
Tall order.
Tall order.
Yes.
Was that your plan when you entered the organization?
Dili good siya.
Dili jud siya. Dili jud. So what was your plan? Coming into the organization, did you think that you would be like who you are right now, the position that you have right now? or was it totally different?
Well, for one, I was invited by our dear friend from Australia, Yulis Tumbali, no?
Mm-hmm. Shout out to
Together with Anton Ansaldo.
Mm-hmm.
Purely it was something of a network build-up for business.
For business.
Oh. I came in at a time of our then 2018 President Mac JCI Senator Mac Ilaneta,
Who's also our NEVP right
who's
now.
also our current NEVP. So during that time, it was really a struggle of having a instant network,
Mm-hmm.
but I learned over time that the network that is rich in JCI could not be activated so long as you are not engaged with the organization. So I took a chance, tried to learn the mechanics of the chapter, and learned how the Davao JCs work,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually things just fall into place. But as to presidency, never in my JC career that I've aspired for it.
Well, when you say never, no, like your plan was purely, as you said, to have networks, to learn a bit about the organization, what it does, but to aspire to have the highest position of the LO, it never crossed your mind.
It never crossed my mind. You know, when you carry on names on your shoulder, as what we do, no, sa
Medallion.
medallion,
Yes.
yes. Kahit sa ang LO, merong medallion.
Mm-hmm.
It carries that sense of responsibility that you need to honor the yearly tradition
Mm-hmm.
of the organization. So, syempre, nanlokod ta, di ba?
Mm.
So, over time, when you get engaged, keep yourself busy with mga gatherings of the organization.
Mm-hmm.
You are empowered to step up, di ba? Usahay ginatingnan ka nga you become a project chair,
Yes.
or maybe start of a committee,
Yes. That's how I started.
and then mabudol ka to become a project chairman na, and then you become an officer, eventually a BOD, now
Mm-hmm.
a full-fledged president.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, without the help of the mentoring of our past presidents, our elders, this would not be possible. No? So, we in the organization really look up to them.
Mm-hmm.
Not just on a set of elders, but rather as a whole. No, that's the nice thing about JCI Davao being one of the oldest chapter.
Mm-hmm.
You get to anchor yourself to a lot of JCs produced by your organization.
I see.
So daghan ka mamangutanan. You get inspired by, if not all, one of their stories, and that's your spark to move forward. So it's something na when you keep on engaging with them, keep on learning history about them,
Mm-hmm.
kilala niya si ganito, and then the success stories of those people, hearing those things, I think that is enough fuel for you to level yourself up
Mm-hmm.
from what you are now. So that's, I think, one of the most crucial things that JCI embarks or imparts on a JCI member.
I love when you said if you don't engage yourself, I'm paraphrasing naman, not in verbatim, but when you said if you don't engage, then you won't really see, no?
Nope.
That vision of becoming a president or whatnot and what position. And I can relate to that. No, I think a lot of our members can relate to that because you don't really get to appreciate what the organization can give you, what you can do in the organization. Because for example, when you tap me. Like this is a good story, is
Yeah.
Press Arthur. I I've never met the guy before. Like 2022. I think the first time I met you was at JCI Week, the sports fest for basketball, back in 2022. And but prior to that, you've already been texting me, messaging me like, bro, like please join our GMM, like
The random text that I do.
read a random text like saying hi to members that he doesn't even know, but he's heard stories of us from before, like myself, Marcos Bonilla, and the other guys, diba?
Yeah.
The old guards of JCI Davao. And one time he asked me if I could join the GMM to talk about an activity for June, which was a huge deal for the JCI Davao and
Future Leaders Academy.
Future Leaders Academy. Yes, in partnership with JCI Davao Daba and JCI Manila.
Yes.
And I was put in charge of I think meeting meeting the guests from the airport, from inside the airport, taking them to
Eden.
actually to Anipay, holding area sa
Yep.
Anipay.
Correct.
And that was a huge opportunity. That was one of the best things that ever happened in that FLA, because everybody would stream through me. So all of the people would come from the airport, meet me at Anipay,
Wait there.
wait there, have coffee and cinnamon buns. And of course, you can't just leave them and just say, you have to entertain them,
Yep.
welcome them to Davao. And coming back to what you said about engaging and putting yourself out there, I think that was an opportunity for me.
Yep.
And that in turn, a lot of things happened after that really inspired me to what I am right now. And of course, thanks to Press Arthur. Thank you so much.
So that is providing development opportunities. One of the tenants, JCI.
Yeah, and I was, but I told you at first, I don't know if you remember this. I told you, Press, ano lang, I'll just be helping out the national relations, ha? Because I think I've met so many friends from outside JCI Davao. And then you said, actually, Ton, I have something else in mind for you. And then we spoke for like hours near my house, the cafe. And then you said,
That was a 9 p.m. meeting.
9 p.m. meeting that ended at
God.
2 a.m. No, we were having coffee, diba? And then you said, I would like you to be our VP for individual development for 2023. So I think this is a good story for not just for me, for you, but to all the viewers, and especially those that are JCI members that think that I don't see myself in that position. I would never in a million years think, di ba tama ba? Like, that was the same thing.
The same experience, no?
Same experience, but
Yeah.
you can never say never. Huwag kang magsalitang na patapos.
So you were like out for 2016,
No, I was out in 2018.
2018.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, like, late part of 2017, 2018. That's why I would like to apologize to my dear friend, Attorney Makilaneta. That was his term. And, we were very close, but, and then I was MIA for 4 years.
Yes.
During his term.
Oh.
Well, I'm still here and I'm supporting him in the chapter, and I'm glad that I'm with you guys. But going back, to what we're talking about tonight, like I think a lot of us would like to know like a brief background of what JCI, how JCI Davao started, like maybe the whole global organization, a bit of a brief history sa Europress, like what
Yeah.
you can share lang.
Maybe this is shared across all the Davao JC's members, no? I hope I'm saying this and I will get it right, no? But I'll not go to the rough details,
Yes,
but
yes.
it's something like, of course, JCI Manila started the passion for it to make a national organization. When they did so during a World Congress, I forgot how many Manila JCs were there.
I think there were two or only two.
Yeah, or
No.
12
I have to
maybe.
check that. Yeah. More.
But
There were
a
two
few.
names. Yeah.
Yeah.
That I remember.
And then when they got an approval, everyone went out of their way, and 12, I think 12 chapters across the Philippines were made.
Yeah.
And one of those
chapters
is JCI Davao.
Davao.
Now, our charter president is Guillermo Torres Sr., which served the chapter for 2 years. And after that, we've learned that the one person responsible of
Bringing
bringing
the organization and the movement
the movement, yes,
to Davao.
Not to Davao, but
Philippines.
to Philippines, which in the name of Artemio de Dios,
Temio de Dios.
which we call Temyong.
Temyong.
Yes, we have our national awards named after him. No, so he served as our local president of the chapter. So it's our pride that the person who brought the Philippine JCs to Asia and Pacific served as our local organization president.
Yes. I think his name is Artemio L. Vergel de Dios.
Yes, and his nickname is Temyong.
Temyong, the award that we know now. So the prestige is there. But imagine, Presno, he served as one of the first presidents that of our early years of JCI Davao.
Yes.
And he chose to be
in Davao. Yes.
That's a huge deal.
He'd rather be in Davao than serve in the mother chapter that he has. No? It's a noble task. Then, of course, fast forward, we have our set of JCI Davao presidents, and now we're here, 75th. No, wala taga kwenta og years, but I believe fate will bring you to what it is now. So we're celebrating 75 years. So it's another milestone for the chapter that we need to ponder on, thinking and moving forward to maybe a century after.
Yes. So 75 years. We're celebrating 75 years. I think around, there's a schedule for...
I think it's August.
August.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's August.
And we have a lot of projects and even local activities, in line with our 75th celebration. And I think, and I would like to have a shout out to all our elders, to our senators who are always there, supported the elders. And I think this was a great year for our members, regular members, to meet our senators, even those who were inactive for so long. Tama ba, Pres? Tama ba, Pierre? You've met them, di ba, Ralph? You can say yes, dude. Yes.
So these past members, for those who don't know JCI.
Yes, those who don't know, of course.
JCI is Junior Chamber International. So before, I think it's named Junior Chamber of Commerce. So technically, it's a youth engagement on business talks, but four areas of opportunities were pegged, and up until now it's being recognized. So it's a chance for each and every JCI member to develop 4 areas of their development. So that's individual, which is themselves. Business side, which is the entrepreneurial side. You have the community development side, which is the one that you do, and the one that's most marketed, and also the internationalism side, wherein you meet all these JCI members, JC members for those seasoned members, no? They call them JC members, no?
Mm-hmm.
So around the globe. So when you get to engage with these people, get acquainted with them, you could just imagine the lengths of your improvement. Imagine for 1 year and then you attend these activities. You allow yourself to get immersed in the organization's ways. No? Because I could really imagine for 1 year during my term as a baby JC, I was really not hesitant, but rather I was having a hard time putting the JCI movement inside the circulation. But when I was tapped to be the local training director back in 2019, and then I went to then President Tata de la Paz to Boracay for a mid-year academy, and I was able to meet national organizations, sister chapters of the chapter. No? That was an opportunity for me to meet other people in the Philippines. As a person of, as a not Laagan person, no, I was not able to get immersed from this cultural, the Ilongas, the Cebuanas, no, the Bohol, no,
Yes.
in their place, but daghan magdayo sa Davao, but it's a different experience when you are there because ikaw ang dayo. So when you get immersed in these cultures, different cultures, before going out and going international, it's a huge deal for you. It's another lens you have to appreciate.
Yes, yes. And you mentioned individual development, personal.
Yes.
It sounds biased, no, because I'm the the VP, but I think that's what sets us apart from other organizations. Do you think? Yeah, because and it might be, a lot of some people might find this controversial when we say it, but it is what it is. When we say that we are a leadership organization, like this is where we have trainings to improve ourselves, wherein how the things that we've learned or how we improve ourselves will reflect in how we handle, will also reflect sa community. Tama ba?
Correct.
I'll rephrase that, no? Like, what we do and what we learn through our trainings will reflect in the community and our community projects. I think that's one of the reasons too, Press. I think you will agree with this. Yeah. That I think the projects before, I didn't want to be an organization where it was purely charity. I mean, there's nothing wrong about charity. We want to give, and we have to be as part of our values. Like we want to be in service of humanity, diba? The service of humanity. But what sets us apart is our drive and our goal of having sustainable projects and sustainable sustainable projects, sustainable relationships with our communities. And we can't have that if we don't train.
Yes.
If we don't have these trainings. And for all those who are not familiar with JCI, I think this is a little bit of a trivia for you. Like JCI has a lot of training, especially trainings about leadership, and organizational development and effective meetings. I think kailangan natin yan, diba, right now, especially the youth. And I think some of our viewers, or our listeners would like to hear like a project siguro, Press, that you think that really touched your heart. Some of our flagship projects. Maybe you could talk about MOSG.
Yeah.
Or Seed.
So with regards to that, for our viewers as well, JCI in general is a civic organization. But what sets us apart is, again, for what VP Anton was able to tell, JCI is able to mold each individual because JC members really have trainings, really have opportunities, events that they will attend. No? Although other organizations are able to pursue those kind of similar events, but I believe JC's has a really unique kind of experience when it comes to it, because if you don't become or aspire to be president, but if your path is to be a trainer, your path is purely for business, well, you could do so and then be part of the organization until you become past 40. When you graduate 40, you still get to engage with the organization because your specialty was honed there. So with the projects, like our most outstanding high school graduate, this was one of the projects that I really value, and I really didn't expect that it is from a local chapter. So that speaks highly of how JCI Davao executes this project. Because for there was a time na when I was in high school, just because it has a J, I thought it was done or it was facilitated by Japanese people. So
Boy, were you wrong.
yeah, so it was something that it was well executed. You have this leadership awards. Top of the class gets trained. So it was something of a high stake contest, or if not contest, something that each student will undergo. And eventually, when they came out, they're much better from they are better from their previous self. Yes. So that's one.
Yeah.
And then it's 56 years now. So it's a timely tradition of the organization to really continue this one. Because JCI Davao is here to stay. We have valuable members, valuable mentors that we have. So this is one of the projects that I think it's a legacy for JCI Davao. And of course, we do have our other flagship projects like Kapag-asa, which we spread awareness for how do you call this
Children with special needs.
special needs. Yes. And we also have our
The seed program is actually
Seed.
one of my favorites.
yes
Seed program wherein we've helped a community in creating a source of livelihood.
it's yeah,
like-
the orphanage. Yes.
From the word seed, from cacao seeds, no?
Yes.
And it started by just cultivating the land and to having cacao trees, plants, no? And then
teaching them.
teaching them, and then from that, they've created into products, into tablea, and even selling the seeds.
And eventually generating money to help them sustain.
The orphanage that was at the brink of I think they were gonna close it down. I think no.
Yeah, there was a time.
There was a time, but
Yeah.
that's what sets it apart. No, I think one of the things that sets us apart is we don't want to just give money.
Yes.
No,
So it's something like when JCI Davao, JCI creates projects, it creates sustainability and it creates a story that I think it could be a start of a project that will be implemented outside JCI confines. No? Because with that mindset, with that framework that we are trying to cultivate, it's easier to let people understand what you are trying to uh relay, no? No. So like this one, you make the project title seed, and the seed, you plant seeds from this orphanage, and eventually make them grow, cultivate them, and then eventually they're in full bloom. So technically, those kind of sustainable projects with credible storylines are things that sets JCI apart from other organizations.
And JCI is non-profit, di ba, Press?
Yes.
We are a non-government organization, and people think we get paid to do this, but guys, we don't get paid. This is actually we volunteer. It's a voluntary thing, and we don't get paid, but there's more things in life than money. But of course, we need support and cash
Sponsors.
from sponsors, from our donors to run our projects and organization. That's right, Press, diba?
Yes, and one thing that will make you generate sponsors, credible sponsors, is if you conduct your projects really well.
Yes.
You package your projects really well, because these sponsors will understand the plight of the community that you're trying to support.
So, and also, when they see the value of what we're doing, it's not just for us; it's for the community. Or even if it's for us, it's for something greater than us, like individual development. And I think when people think about getting sponsors, di ba, natatakot sila. They get scared. Hadlok sila na, saon man na, how do I do that? But that's the beauty of JCI Davao. We actually have courses and people who are experts who will teach us how to do that. So even if you're a blank slate, even if you're a beginner, even if you're a student, we have students in JCI Davao because we're 18 to 40 years old. And I'll remember, JCI or the organization, you're only allowed to be a part of the organization if you're 18 to 40 years old. And it doesn't mean that you're a student that you can't join, or if you're not as huge as an expert or as great an expert as these professionals. But there's an opportunity here. And I think that's what we need to tell people about JCI. So, Press, I know as I mentioned, you're an engineer, and you have your own firm, tama ba?
Yes, I do have.
So how can you balance that, Press? You have your own thing, you have your own life outside of JCI. I understand that you also spend a lot of time, you always allot your time for your family during the day, and I admire you for that. I think a lot of our members admire you for that. But of course, being the president of one of the biggest and oldest organization in the Philippines, how do you manage that, Press? Like a bit of a tip siguro for us. Or how do you share some more?
I think presidency is quite unique, no? It's a unique experience that I think members should aspire to do, no? Because JCI as well, no, is a leadership organization. Because when you presidencies experience tough times, no? We're June around this time, going June around this time. So technically it's half of the term.
Midterm.
Yeah.
Mid-year, as we call it.
Mid-year, yes. So
way across.
It's the time that wherein we post-evaluate. No, it's not post-evaluate, but you pause for a while and then try to evaluate yourself, because at the end of the day, when you do things, you could only do so much. No? So maybe it's something that we have to try to balance, but on our daily lives without JCI, you have your work and you have your family. You do work to support your family or yourself, or your career. Now you inject JCI because you need leadership development. But in doing so, as president, you are you bear responsibility to run a chapter that is composed of voluntary members and professionals. So it's a learning experience for me, especially that I also run my own private firm, because you are trained to talk to people, no, or manage people in a way that it's not disrespectful for them. You provide conducive working environment, not just the environment that you are in when you do meetings, but rather the people that you're around with. You know? So it's a matter of, if it's JCI, it provides training for that, and I could apply it on my work.
And have you applied that? But in your 5 years of JCI, do you think you've improved? You've seen that improvement?
Well, by all means,
Yes.
dako kayo siya na improvement, no? When you talk to this, in construction, you deal with a lot of hard-headed, different personalities, hard-headed labor group, no? But at the end of the day, when you talk to them in a nice way, and then all that heated arguments could really be settled, so long as you know how to settle that one. Oh. Things happens in the organization of JCI. You get also to learn how to settle those kind of heated arguments. So you get to apply that to work.
That's
Yes.
good. Yeah.
And then family naman, at first it was a hit and miss, no? You family doesn't want it, and then they'll be proud of you, and then after that, those late nights that you do, making sure each and every member are in place, and deadlines are in check, the PAYA, the projects, but eventually they will understand that with that level of engagement that you have, it's a different level when you are serving the organization as a president. So I think slowly family understands that. So long as you all also try to get them involved in a way that when you have time to share what you do. Okay, at the end of the day, 'di ba, kung nai-relax time sa work, you have also relaxed times in JCI. No, so when you have that downtime, you get to share those experiences to them. Eventually, you get to understand.
Yeah.
So communication is the key for everything, from JCI to work and then to family. You need to communicate yourself and tie things up. No, if you drop one down, conflicts arise. You communicate, you talk to them, and then you tie it down so that everything would be on a level playing field again. Yes.
Even if you're single, no, or even if you live alone, away from your family or your immediate family, I think JCI can really teach you how to manage your time. Even if people see that we have late nights, but I think it's about time management, and I think what I need to learn, and you know this, like how to manage my energy.
Yeah.
How
And one thing that I think kailangan maklarify, no? If since JCI is composed of young people, and then I think one of the things that is being marketed well are the parties. So when we party, that's a given. But when we do we plan for an event, community projects, we also pull out an all-nighter. Because at the end of the day, we are volunteers. We only have time left, and limited time left. So we also do it after work hours, during weekends. Try to squeeze out all the time that we have just to generate projects for the year. So that's to make it clear that we don't just party, but we also work harder.
We work hard. We party hard.
Yeah.
We work hard.
We
But we
party
party
harder.
harder.
Yes, exactly.
But of course, we don't force people to party if they need to rest. That's just a bonus. So, Press, no, like as we wrap up our conversation, our show, do you have any advice to anyone, like especially the young professionals, young people, um, how when they want to aspire to be leaders, like especially in JCI, what do you think you can tell them?
Yeah. One thing I could tell is that you need to take risks and get involved in things that you think will make you better. So in JCI, it's the only organization that allows you to make mistakes. And then the next year, there is a similar event, a similar avenue for growth. You get to correct that mistakes. So it's the same. It's the same when you do it professionally. Gauge your risks, and if kaya ra to take risks, go take risks. Don't be afraid to go beyond your bubble. I, for one, I don't engage talking to people, but because there was a drive for me to talk to people and talk among my peers, I tried JCI and engaged in business.
Yeah, I think what you're trying to say is we get out of our comfort zone.
Yes.
Because that's where we find ourselves, diba? Or something else that we never experienced before that might be good for us or even bad. But those are lessons, diba? Tama pa?
Yes. Because presidency alone, 6 months have passed, but too much learning that has also passed also. So I could say a lot. I've went to a lot of conferences, engaged to a lot of people, ideas, intellectual ideas, funny ideas, failure of ideas. So with that, as long as you get engaged, get your creative juices running, I think that would be the best advice for those people aspiring to become president. Learning never stops. That is it.
So I think that's it, no? I think we've learned a lot, no, Pierre? Tama ba? Yeah, we've learned a lot from our guest tonight, Press Arthur, our engineer Arthur Deason Jr. And although we have a lot of questions, no, I think we have more episodes to come, and we can ask Press to join us again next time. So, Press, thank you so much for giving your time, no?
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you.
And to our team, thank you so much, of course, to our chairman for JCI Davao Handuraw, Pierre Mondejar, and RDC, Ralph De La Serna, and shout out to Jervin Lagura, Christopher Hinampas, and Jap Abalos. So tune in next time for JCI Davao Handuraw, the official podcast of JCI Davao. This was Jose Antonio Quintanar with
Arthur Deason Jr.
And that was our show. Thank you.
Bye.